Hey guys, it's Colonel Coffee here and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video, and in this video we're going to be talking about public heroic events. Now, I realise it's a little bit late for us to release this video, but myself and Aaron, although we've explored the game fully, we just could not find, or we kept missing, the Taken event, and I didn't want to release the video without all 8 in one go. So we're going to jump straight into the first one, which is the Glimmer Extraction. Now if you don't know what this one is, it's basically, you're going to see this little drill thing here. This is the focal point for this heroic. Now you're going to see 4 pods surrounding an area, and you're going to have to fend off waves of enemies, and the location for this will change 4 times. So long as you blow up or destroy those drills before killing all of the enemies, you will trigger the heroic event. Now the heroic event in this instance is a domination circle with a pool of glimmer in the middle. As you can see, we're standing in it right now. It's also going to spawn a yellow named captain. Now you don't have to kill the captain, all you have to do is fill the circle to 100%, but the captain will be right in your face the whole time. So if you're on your own, it's kind of difficult, but if you're with a few other people, it should be no problem. Fill the circle to 100% and you'll complete the event. The second one we're going to be talking about is the spider tank event, and in this event, if you don't know how to do it, basically 3 domes are going to appear as well as a captain. If you kill the captain that's holding a cannon, it will then spawn in a spider tank. Now just fight the spider tank naturally, shoot him in the legs to down him, and then you would have to shoot him in the weak point. But in this instance, ignore the weak point. When you cripple a spider tank, he's going to drop 3 orbs. Now these orbs are required to unlock the 3 domes. Each dome requires 2 orbs to unlock, so regardless, you're going to have to down the spider tank twice if you want to unlock all 3. Now you can unlock these domes one at a time, or you can do all 3 over the case of 2 downs. It's up to you. So long as you unlock all 3 of them within the time limit, you will trigger the heroic event. Now in this instance, the heroic event is simply that it spawns in a second spider tank. Now spider tanks are straightforward to kill. Shoot them in the legs to weaken them, shoot the weak points, and you will kill them fairly easily. And as always, like all heroic events, it will spawn in a second mini boss as well, like a fallen captain or a vex captain, anything depending on the event that you're doing. You don't have to kill that second boss, so long as you stay within the parameters of the main event, kill the spider tanks, then you will complete it heroic. For the next one we're going to be doing is the Hive event, which takes place on Titan. Now this one doesn't change location, this one's always in the same place, so you should know where to find this one. Unfortunately I don't have full gameplay of it, so let me just explain as best I can. When you enter this room, you're going to see 2 platforms facing the door. There's going to be one on the left and one on the right. Now for the main event of this, it will give you 2 wizards that you have to kill. To kill them, you need to take down their shields. Now to take down their shields, you have to stand in the 2 platforms that I'd mentioned before. So for example, if you stand in the left platform and charge it up, it will take down the wizard on the left shield, and the same for the right. When both wizards are dead, it will then spawn these 2 pods, and it's the same situation. If you stand in the left platform to charge it up, you can do damage to the left pod, and the same on the right. When both pods have been blown up or destroyed, it will trigger the heroic event. Now, for this heroic event, it's just all it does is gives you a giant Hive night boss with an axe. He's fairly straightforward to kill, but every 20% he disappears or so just keep milling into him and you'll be fine. So the next event we're going to be talking about is the Vex event, which is a conflux one, and basically you're going to see this conflux thing in the middle, and on the screen it's going to say 10 of 10, and this means sacrifices. So just like D1 in the raid, if an enemy gets too close to it, it will sacrifice, and it will then say 9 of 10. So basically if 10 enemies sacrifice, then you will fail. So you want to have somebody defending the middle platform, the middle conflux, so that you don't get too many sacrifices. Now around in a circle or around the outside of the middle conflux, you're going to see 3 platforms appear. Now you have to stand in these platforms to charge them up. As you can see, it says capturing and a percentage. You have to get all 3 of those platforms captured to 100% to trigger the event. So if you make sure that you capture all 3 platforms to 100% before you kill all the enemies, and before the timer runs out, and before you get 10 sacrifices. So just to recap, when you see these platforms here, that's the first thing you want to go for. Charge these up to 100% before you do anything else. Make sure that there's not too many sacrifices, and then the heroic event will trigger. The heroic event is just a giant Hydra that you have to kill. He's fairly straightforward. So for the next event we're going to talk about is the Cabal Excavation. Now you'll know what this one is. It's basically a giant drill that drops down inside a domination circle, and it starts digging into the ground. Also there's a ship up above that fires down these laser beams that if you stand inside them you will take damage. You're also going to have enemies coming in here with you, so the main purpose of this event is that you have to stand inside the circle to override the laser. So you have to basically stay alive as long as you can in the circle. At about 50% of the override, it's going to spawn a Thrasher or a ship. You'll see it up in the sky, it will have a health bar just like that. Now you have to kill this Thrasher to trigger the heroic event. So if you do not do enough DPS on the first rotation, don't panic because he will loop back around. Just keep your eyes on the Thrasher, blow him up when you see him, and it will trigger the heroic event. Now for this one, the heroic event is simply that it spawns in a named giant Cabal boss. He's not a mini boss, it will tell you who he is and you have to kill him. He's fairly straightforward, you just have to do it within the time limit, and you also have to complete the override to 100%. Next up is the Ether Supply. Now for this is just a giant servitor event. Now at 25% damage dealt to the servitor, he's going to spawn a mini servitor. Now the mini servitor will basically protect him for 30 seconds or so. So for you to continue doing DPS, you have to kill the mini servitor. Now for the heroic version, the mini servitor is only going to be alive for about 30 seconds. Now the objective to turn it heroic is that you have to kill the first 4 mini servitors. So you have to be quick when you kill them. So at 25% damage dealt on the boss, he will spawn 1 servitor, kill him. On 50% damage dealt, he's going to spawn 3. So if you miss kill, if you miss one of them at all, he will spawn another one later on, but you cannot complete the heroic event. You have to kill the first 4 mini servitors. If you're on your own, it might be a bit tricky because if you die, it will probably spawn you far enough away that by the time you get back, they will all disappear. So just try and stay alive, kill the first 4 mini servitors, and you will trigger the heroic event. Now for the heroic event in this instance, the boss just has increased attack and increased defense, so just plow away at him before the time limit and you will complete the heroic event. Now one of his special attacks is that he teleports you, and in the heroic version he teleports you way up in the sky, which is pretty cool, a little bit different. So the next event we're going to talk about is the injection rig. Now this is one of the more difficult ones. Basically what it is a giant machine with a red dome around it, and it's going to spawn in a scion. Now as soon as you kill the scion, it's going to tell you to evacuate because the red dome is going to heat up and you will get damaged continuously and you will die fairly quickly. Now for the heroic event, what you want to do is instead of evacuating, you want to stay inside the dome, and you're going to see a vent open on top of the machine. Now you have to do enough damage to this vent for it to blow out. You'll know if you've done it correctly because you will see smoke coming out of it. Now when the top vent is destroyed, a middle vent will open. When the middle vent is destroyed, a bottom vent in the middle of the core will open. Now to complete the heroic event, you have to blow all 3 of the vents up, so this is very tricky because the adds in here are tough, but if done correctly and you've blown up all 3 of the vents, then you should be fine. Now just a quick note, if you fail to do enough damage on the top vent, you're still okay, so long as you can blow up 2 vents on the second rotation. So for the heroic version of this, it just spawns in a giant boss that you have to kill. Kill the boss before the time runs out and you will complete the heroic event. And finally we have the taken event. Now this one gave us the most trouble just because we couldn't find the damn thing, but once we learned how to defeat it, it's fairly straightforward. So let me try and explain as best I can. The objective for heroic is that we have to shoot this giant blight and destroy it in the sky. Now you're going to see these things as well, which are taken spawn points. It's like a mini blight with an aura around it. Most people that don't know how to do heroic are going to try and shoot and destroy these mini auras or these mini blights, but that's not what you want to do for heroic. As you can see here, what you have to do is you take a step in the aura and take a step out. If you can see on screen, you get this thing called Blight Receeding for 4 seconds. Now this enables us to do damage to the giant blight in the sky. So people will try and destroy the mini blight, but don't worry if they do because another one will spawn. So just step in, step out, do damage, repeat the process enough times, and the blight will open up and reveal a giant taken boss. Now the boss himself is fairly weak, so you just do enough damage to him in the time limit to kill him. The hardest part about this is the amount of adds that are in the area. There's just taken are there in the hundreds, so you just have to be careful. But other than that, guys, I just want to say that I apologise that this video took so long to get out. Like I said, we had some trouble locating the taken event, and I didn't want to release this video without all 8 of them in the same thing. So if you guys would leave a like on this video, it is very much be appreciated because these events are quite difficult, and the fact that we tried to go around and get all 8 of them recorded and stuff took a lot of time and a lot of effort on our part. But like I said, we would really appreciate your time. If you leave a like, leave a comment down below, let us know what you think, and we'll catch you next time.